there guys, and welcome back to Boat McRill. We are back up in the big boat, in the 30-footer that's called McRill. And I have a little special episode because a while ago I asked how to best remove glue residue from the inside of the hull. I have removed the old inner lining from the hull sides, and I'm going to glue in new. There's lots of different opinions about what's best. I have actually lined up a couple of things that people told me to test. Things that I'm actually going to try and test. It's one of them is Aceton. Another one is a spray bottle of something called Label Off. I am going to try and use thinner. Also some mechanical cleaner. I'm going to try one of these gray things that you put on a machine. It's a kind of hard but still a little bit soft cleaner. I'm going to use a Scotch-Brite. I'm also going to try one of these rotating brush things. And of course one of these regular things that you use for fairing. I have marked out the inner linings of this. On my port side, I'm going to use Scotch-Brite and rotating cleaner, the black gray one. On the other side, I'm going to use the Japan fairing thing, or the metal scrapers. The Label Off, rotating brush, thinner, and Aceton. There's actually not more to it than just start working with it. I'm gonna have my mask on and good rubber gloves and stuff, because some of these things are quite corrosive on your skins and stuff like that. But let's set up the camera. The first thing I'm actually gonna start trying to use is one of these fairing things in metal that you use to scrape out fairing. I think this is called Japan something. I don't really know what's its English, but the easiest way here is just to take this and start scraping it like this. And as you can see, it's some time and it bends pretty much. So it's kinda a little bit hard to get in under there. I'm actually gonna put that away and start use one of these instead. It actually works a little bit better, but it still feels that you're going to take a lot of time. And to be really truthful about this one is not very, very sharp. Maybe it could be better if it was sharp, but very, very labor intensive. Okay then, I think we are pretty done with that test. It works, takes probably a long time. Next little thing here to try out is the Label Off. And for this I'm gonna use my mask on. I have now waited about 5 minutes to let this do its thing. The next thing here on the list to try out is the rotating brush. That's on the screwdriver level. Try drill level. It's just most make it get hot. It gets warm over here, and yeah, this one is getting pretty hot too. Of course, it's not useless, but it's pretty much gonna eat up my my tool before I get all this stuff off. I'm pretty done with that try. Next thing then is thinner. I'm going to use a Swedish brand thinner number 5 from Biltema. It's butyl acetate. It's for thinning 2-component and polyurethane based paints and for cleaning and stuff like that. For that, I'm gonna have my mask on. I'm bringing some on a rag. I'm gonna let that sit for a little while, see if it does anything. I actually can't say that it does much for it. Next thing to try is acetone, and I'm using this standard acetone. Next part here is the Scotch-Brite, and I got one of these Scotch-Brite pad. I'm just gonna try and rub it on this. And as you can see, much more than just breaking the pad, that's what happens. For the last little area over here, now I'm supposed to use one of these gray cleaner things that you have on a drilling machine or whatever. I was actually trying this out a little bit before we came over on this side, and I have it rotate here for a little while. It did a little bit, but not much. But it might have been a bad one, but this one broke apart. The holder for it that screws into the holder thing just broke away from it, and yeah, therefore I couldn't use it more than a few minutes. So then, after all this, what worked best? Well, pretty much I would say either the mechanical cleaning with a metal scraper or the things I used over here, or actually the label off. I came back in here just after a few minutes later and used my brush, and it cleaned off pretty good. The rotating brush, not so much by itself. The thinner, the same thing there. Acetone didn't work very well, and of course the Scotch-Brite just broke apart, and the rotating cleaner, yeah, you see what happened to that. With all that, I hope you enjoyed this little test. Give a thumbs up if you liked the video, and hit the subscription button down here on your right side and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And take care out there, and see you soon.